Hello everyone, and welcome to my Iconic Goodbyes channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Victor inquires whether Jack is high on pills. Victor Newman will inquire whether Jack Abbott is high on medications, while Billy Abbott knows he requires an immediate press release. At the GCAC, Jack and Diane Jenkins Abbott will welcome Victor and Nikki Newman to their table. After Victor requests to speak with Jack about something, he will wonder what illusion led him to back Billy's desire to compete with Newman Media. Jack will realize Victor is aware of Abbott Communications and will come to Billy's defense. When Jack recommends a deal, Victor will question whether he's intoxicated on medications again. Although Victor sees no need to form a compromise with his adversary, Jack proposes that they agree to exclude Kyle Abbott and Claire Newman from their conflict. However, Victor will practically predict that every Newman-Abbott relationship will end in heartbreak, thus he will continue to root against Claire's romance. Once Jack and Diane receive their own table on the YNR episode, they'll wonder who leaked the word about Billy's current business. Back with Nikki, she'll urge Victor to let Adam Newman handle Billy and find a way to reach an agreement with Jack before things get out of hand. At Crimson Lights, Adam and Chelsea Lawson will receive a text from Connor Newman, who wishes to remain late at school to try out for baseball. Chelsea will be concerned about the ritualistic behaviors that baseball players frequently engage in, as these may exacerbate Connor's OCD symptoms. Adam will appreciate Connor's desire to try something new, but he will also understand Chelsea's point of view and commend her for being a caring mother. After Connor sends another text reassuring his parents, Chelsea and Adam will agree to support him. When Billy arrives, he will be nervous seeing Adam and Chelsea holding hands. Billy will approach the counter to place an order after speaking with Chelsea about Connor. Adam will bring up Billy's upcoming launch and accuse him of planning an attack on both him and Newman Media. Billy will urge on moving on and focusing on the positive, while Adam will hurl shots at Phyllis Summers before Chelsea ends the conflict. After Adam leaves for a phone call, Billy will clarify to Chelsea that he has genuinely moved beyond his need for vengeance. Billy will also point out that Chelsea appears to be doing more than just living with Adam, but he will eventually admit that it is none of his business. However, Billy will want Chelsea to exercise caution because Adam has previously injured her. Chelsea will appreciate Billy's concern, but she will be confident in her ability to care for herself. When Adam returns and discovers Billy is still around, he will force him to leave. Adam will then shout to Chelsea about Billy, eventually mentioning Sally Spectra's name. Chelsea will be anxious since Adam told her he was over Sally, and he will insist he meant it. Now that Chelsea is supporting Billy, Adam will wonder if she is truly over him. Chelsea will convince Adam that she is, but she will also admit that she still cares about Billy, just as Adam cares about Sally. Finally, Adam and Chelsea will appear to be on the same page about gently moving forward together and not allowing the past to get in the way. Billy will leave Phyllis a voicemail, pushing her to contact him again. Because so many people are concerned, and Billy also wants Phyllis's assistance, he will encourage her to contact her loved ones before calling him. Jack will stop by shortly after to discuss the leaked Abbott Communications news with Billy. When Billy wishes he had caught Victor and Adam off guard, Jack becomes concerned about Billy's vengeful side. Billy will argue that it was only a slip, but he will recognize the need of issuing a news release before Newman Media launches an attack. Sally will then pick up the slack while Phyllis is off, praising Billy's first draft of the press release and suggesting it is ready to send out as is. According to the Young and the Restless spoilers, Sally may become involved in Adam and Billy's quarrel at some point, so stay tuned for updates on all the drama. The Young and the Restless week of March 10th, Sharon and Phyllis's all-out brawl Lily cannot resist. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of March 10th to 14th suggest that Sharon Newman and Phyllis Summers engage in an all-out battle, while Claire Newman makes a decision. Lily Winters may find herself unable to resist, so let's discuss what's in store. For starters, Phyllis and Sharon's captor will keep making them to follow the rules. Sharon and Phyllis are trapped in this nightmare of a game, which forces them to relive their past and puzzle over puzzles together. Naturally, locking Phyllis and Sharon in such close conditions is a tragedy waiting to happen. According to YNR spoilers, as this narrative approaches its culmination, Sharon and Phyllis will be tested to their limits. Our forecasts indicate that Phyllis and Sharon will have a massive battle, so that room could be completely demolished by the end of this. How will the captor respond? Will Sharon and Phyllis face punishment for their actions, or will their captor let them go if things get too bad? Whatever the case, YNR will eventually have to reveal who is behind the double abduction. Could Michael Baldwin be in command, or is someone else running the show? Claire will be faced with a difficult decision after Victor Newman issues an ultimatum. Claire's devotion may be tested in some way, forcing her to choose between complying or pushing back. Of course, Victor could just tell Claire to stop asking for his blessing. Claire may have to determine whether she can live with dating Kyle Abbott despite Victor's unwavering dislike. Claire had stated that she would support Kyle anyway, but this may become more difficult if the latest round of the Abbott-Newman battle heats up. Victor put spies at Jabot, and Jack Abbott will be furious once he discovers this. Kyle and Claire will be trapped in the thick of Jack and Victor's never-ending conflict, which will undoubtedly spark even more enmity. Summer Newman will take advantage of this, despite Kyle's attempts to establish some boundaries. Summer's affections for Kyle will grow stronger in the following episodes, so she'll amp up her efforts to win him back. Meanwhile, Audra Charles will take significant risks by planning with Holden Novak, most likely behind Nate Hastings' back. Audra may not be the only one with secrets, as Lily is likely to keep some from Nate as well. Despite Nate's admonition to avoid all Damian Kane turmoil, Lily may be unable to resist getting close to him again. Lily's desire to protect Nate, as well as her attraction to Damian, may be contributing factors. According to The Young and the Restless spoilers, Lily and Damian will continue to be drawn to each other, so stay tuned for more surprises and steamy moments. The Young and the Restless spoilers, who is the kidnapper at Havenhurst Psychiatric Facility? According to spoilers from The Young and the Restless, Phyllis Summers and Sharon Newman have been kidnapped and are being detained at the Havenhurst Psychiatric Facility. Let's seek for clues to determine who is holding them hostage. As Phyllis and Sharon blame one another, who is truly responsible for their kidnapping? Phyllis Summers and Sharon Newman both believe they had been drugged prior to being kidnapped. Phyllis and Sharon talk about the strange visions they had beforehand that could verify this. Sharon suggests that Phyllis received aid years ago and may be to fault for their condition. Phyllis was also furious about the song that was played over the PA system. Sharon encouraged Phyllis to recall why the song bothered her so much. These two are working together to stay alive, thus they must strive to cooperate in order to free themselves. Although Phyllis was upset at the time and declined to take action, it appears that the song is about her relationship with the kidnapper. What's Phyllis's connection to Misty Moon? The sound title is Misty Moon by the Sunset Sound, with Shelby Lynn. The album is also known as Dreamtime, which was what Phyllis and Sharon were doing when they were kidnapped. The song appears to allude to the moment when Phyllis faked her death and had everyone crying for her. Jeremy Stark, Phyllis's former partner, implemented the idea. Ironically, Phyllis did essentially the same thing as Jeremy after stabbing him with a pair of scissors to persuade him to leave her alone that day. Phyllis flung his body out and fled, just like Sharon did Heather Stevens. Could Jeremy be alive and out for revenge after everything Phyllis did to him? Could Patty Williams be involved? Rumors claim that Patty Williams is connected, as she has stories about both of these women. Of course, if it isn't Patty, it may be someone acting on her behalf to charge Phyllis and Sharon. However, based on the song, I must be related to both Sharon and Phyllis in some way. Perhaps this relates back to the new job that David Pressman has been cast in, which Michelle stated on social media. Whatever the case may be, Sharon and Phyllis must work together to survive. Spoilers indicate that things could get a little wild and crazy. Only time will tell who the kidnapper is and how they relate to both Phyllis and Sharon. The Young and the Restless spoilers include Eric Braden's touching moment that captures hearts after a month of struggles. According to The Young and the Restless spoilers and updates, Eric Braden shares a moment of sweetness following a difficult month. He shared a heartwarming snapshot of himself and his youngest granddaughter Toddy Gudgas taken during a family visit. Eric's recent experiences have been nothing short of terrifying. Just last month, the veteran soap star was forced to escape his house due to devastating fires in Los Angeles. Tragically, like so many others, he suffered the heartbreaking loss of everything he possessed during the mayhem. Eric was one of countless citizens in Los Angeles and surrounding regions who suffered severe losses as a result of the wildfires, with many fleeing the blaze with nothing but the clothing on their back. In a moving video posted shortly before his escape, he captured the horrifying sight of flames advancing on his home. A few days later, he bravely returned with fans and Entertainment Tonight to witness the damage of his Palisades home for the first time. Eric discovered his home in ruins. Overwhelmed with grief, Eric exited from the automobile to view the wreckage of his home, publicly sharing his emotions with his followers during this heartbreaking moment. An admirer reminded him on social media that, while belongings may be replaced, lives, including his, cannot. As he strolled among the ruins of what once was, Eric reflected on the enormity of his loss. "It's an overwhelming sense of loss, man, it's difficult to articulate, it completely throws you off balance," the actor replied. Numerous daytime stars rallied around him, including his co-star Melissa Claire Egan and Joshua Morrow, who, like him, had lost his house. On to brighter things after the darkness. Braden routinely posts photos of his family, and his most recent post is a heartfelt moment with his youngest granddaughter. The tiny one, with her arm around her grandfather's shoulder, exudes joy, and the beaming smile on his face says it all. What a wonderful memory to cherish. Previously, he shared a photo of his son, Christian Gudgast, with Eric's granddaughter at the Bayern München vs Frankfurt football match in Munich, where the latter lost 4-0. Earlier in February, he also posted a photo with co-star Michelle Stafford, captioned, "With the one and only Michelle Stafford, Phyllis, at my 45th anniversary on the show." Ultimately, the story's message is clear: no matter what hardships life throws at you, the love of family and friends is a treasured resource. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal Claire's concern as Kyle assists Summer in her search for Phyllis. The Young and the Restless spoilers predict that Claire Newman will be concerned that Victor Newman is correct about Kyle Abbott and Summer Newman. Kyle and Summer will band up to find Phyllis Summers. Of course, Summer manipulates things to make this happen. Is Claire right to be concerned? Claire Newman attempts to stay positive. Victor has suggested that Kyle and Summer have an unshakable link that will not fade. Victor continues to remind Claire of this, while Summer emphasizes that Victor has always approved of her and Kyle's relationship. Summer doubts Victor will ever give Kyle and Claire his blessing. Claire is beginning to believe that Victor and Summer may be correct. After all, she and Kyle don't have a serious relationship. Claire and Kyle haven't been dating very long. If Summer and Kyle continue to spend time together, Claire will get increasingly concerned about Summer's time with Kyle. Kyle Abbott is simply trying to help. Kyle is attempting to assist Summer because she is the mother of his baby. Kyle and Summer have been apart for quite some time. Kyle has no wish to reconcile with Summer at this time, he is simply trying to help. Unfortunately, there are many unresolved feelings that could seep in and disrupt things rapidly. Kyle and Summer never resolved their difficulties after they split up. Kyle was unhappy with Summer, so he hopped into bed with another woman. Kyle had valid reasons to be upset, but he had no motive to cheat at all. Summer has also been with someone else. However, Summer is only now realizing that she wants Kyle back. Chance Chancellor is on the case. Summer summoned Chance Chancellor to investigate, but everyone knows she is just like her mother. Summer does not trust Chance's detective abilities. Summer will grow impatient of waiting and venture off on her own to find Phyllis. Kyle will accompany her and keep her out of danger. Could this be the start of the end for Kyle and Claire? Kyle may not intend to end his relationship with Claire, but he may easily fall into Summer's web and end up back in her bed. Is Victor's prophecy going to come true? Will Kyle break Claire's heart by returning to Summer after all? Mark Grossman from The Young and the Restless takes off, and wait until you see where he lands. Up, up, and away, goes the old saying, and when it comes to great travels and adventures, Mark Grossman of The Young and the Restless knows a thing or two. If you follow the CBS soap actor on social media, you'll know he enjoys traveling, and his most recent trip appears to have been memorable. The actor provided fans a behind-the-scenes look at his vacation to Japan with 20 stunning photographs. The first image showed Grossman standing on a path between what looked to be hinoki cypress trees, arms extended. Other photos showed the country's architecture, known as Minka, or House of the People, which is the style of traditional Japanese residential buildings. There were additional photos of the actor, lovely pink cheerful blooms, a Yugajan statue that represented both male and female, delicious cuisine, a creative drink, and wildlife walking alongside locals and tourists. Last December, Grossman went skiing with his father and said, "Pop's still got it." Previously, he preferred visiting the Big Apple. And if you're wondering where the Grossman roots run, the actor revealed exactly what happened when he returned to southeastern Pennsylvania after 18 years away, and how glad he was to be back. 3 must-see YNR moments week of March 3rd. The Young and the Restless spoilers offer 3 must-see scenes for the week of March 3rd, 2025. Phyllis Summers attempts to flee. Daniel Romalotti Jr. requests that Chance Chancellor initiate a probe. Also, Victor Newman issues an ultimatum to Claire Grace Newman. Phyllis Summers' escape plan during the week of March 3rd, fans can anticipate Phyllis and Sharon Newman will be compelled to continue playing the game. The 2 women still don't know who is doing this to them. While they don't appear to be in immediate physical danger, they'll probably go crazy in there. In a preview clip, Phyllis takes a metal folding chair. Red threatens to break a window and shout for assistance. Sharon Newman's interception, however, Sharon appears to stop Phyllis. Sharon warns her competitor that she will get them both killed. That is not to say Sharon is against escaping, just not by destroying a window and pissing off their unknown captor. It is reported that the 2 enemies collaborate to devise an escape plan. Sharon wondered if the captor sat there all night watching them sleep or if they had gone home. If they can stay awake all night and pretend to sleep, it could be their perfect retreat. Will Chance Chancellor investigate? The Young and the Restless spoilers suggest that, despite the phone call with the cover story, Daniel and Nick Newman suspect something is wrong. Daniel asks Chance to launch an official investigation into his mother's disappearance. Chance was advising, but only on a friend level, not in a police position. Chance would want to find Phyllis, but there may be a problem. What if Chance's supervisors don't approve the search? What if Phyllis has cried wolf too often? That might inspire Nick to ask Chance to look into Sharon's disappearance. Without any proof and with that phone call, Chance may claim he has no options. Claire Grace Newman's impossible decision also, Victor issues Claire an ultimatum. Claire recently promised Kyle Abbott that she would not abandon a romance simply because her grandfather didn't approve. Kyle wasn't so sure, and now that may be tested. What if Victor orders Claire to choose between family and love? It would be an impossible decision, but it may change Claire's life forever. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.